Welcome to AMS News. I am Chloe Vicks. I am here today interviewing one of our counselors who also happens to be my dad, Fabian Vicks. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to do this interview.
Thank you, Ms. Vicks.
You are an aspiring leader in Bibb County.
Yes, I am. I am a third-year counselor, and this is my third-year applicant, and I was selected for this program for this year.
Okay. What is your personal mission statement?
My personal mission statement is the short-term easy leads to the long-term difficult, while the short-term difficult leads to the long-term easy, which basically means if you take the quick way to do something, it's going to make it hard on the long end. But if you do it the hard way, if it go through the difficult part first, it'll be easier whenever you do anything in the long run.
What is your career vision?
Right now, my career vision is to make sure that I provide a comprehensive school council program for all students at Aspring Middle School.
What are your career goals?
Right now, I have a couple goals. My first goal is to try to become a recognized school, which is a recognized Aspring model program, which means we're doing all the things that ASCA is requiring us to do for students, not just career readiness or college readiness, but academically and social and emotional.
Please identify 2 or 3 goals.
Like I said, I want to create a recognized Aspring model program for our school, which means I'll need to make it a comprehensive school council program here. My second goal would be to become the district school council of the year. Not district school council of the year, and also to become a state school council of the year. And another goal on top of that is to possibly become a council supervisor for a district. I would love to stay in Bibb County, but if the position opens up in the future when I become ready for it, I would love to take on that challenge.
What will you do in order to complete those goals?
Right now, for as a recognized ASCA program or comprehensive program, what we're doing now in our zone is we created a comprehensive school council program zone initiative for our feeder schools like Byrne, Berea, Hunt, MLK, and Apple Middle School meet on a monthly basis, talk about things we can do for our students as far as guidance lessons, as far as behavior concerns, and we feed off each other and create some type of lesson plan or action plan for the next school year. What we're also going to be implementing on May 1st, we're doing our advisory council where we have all types of stakeholders that come into our meeting and then discuss our data for the year and possible steps for the next year. So when we set our goals, we'll be ready to go for next year. So we're just something that we're excited about doing, so that way we can all be on the same level, and that way we could work together in a collaborative form, so that way we can help all of our students from all of our zones.
Okay. What will you do in the next 30 days?
Like I stated, we're going to do an advisory council with the feeder schools with Byrne, Berea, Hunt, MLK, and ourselves. We're going to meet with our stakeholders together and talk about our goals we set at the beginning of the year and talk about where we are at now at those goals. So that way, for next year, when we have our fall meeting, we can discuss what our actual plans for next year, so we can be a little bit more in-depth and more disaggregated in our data and what we're going to do.
What about the next 90 days?
In the next 90 days, that will be about July. Our zone team will talk about meeting during the summer before we come back to go ahead and start setting up our goals for the year and discuss our needs assessment for the rising 6th graders and possible needs assessments they got at the end of the year and what kind of lessons they can do with those students at their schools.
Okay. What about your accountability?
Our accountability for that, what would it look like and how I know it, is when we meet on May 1st with our zone advisory council meeting, we'll have a sign-in sheet on what stakeholders will be there. One of the main stakeholders we have difficulty getting is because it's our board member from the Bibb County BOE board, and they have very busy schedules. Luckily, we have Mr. Bob Easter is going to be on our committee, and he's very easy to get in contact with. We just have to make sure we get on time with him, as far as making sure our schedules match up and link up, so that we can get him on the docket to be there. Also, all administrators from those schools, from MLK, Byrne, and Berea will meet. We'll be sitting in our meeting as well to look at the data from all schools, so that way we get all types of feedback, not just from our school, but from our feeder schools, so that way we can bounce ideas and collaboratively try to make sure we have our students ready for college, career readiness, social emotional learning, academic, and other things as far as stakeholder feedback and community outreach as well. And the data, like I said, the data will be from our schools, what we did for the year, and track how we did or what we need, the ahas and the hmms, and see what we can improve on for that following school year.
Okay. Is there any reflection or summaries you'd like to give on the Aspiring Leader Academy?
Yeah, some aspects that were helpful is lesson, I think it was group 4 did the lesson on being servants. Number 4 and 5, serving people and have people work with me. If we're not able to serve others, how can we be a leader and have people serve us? I take that very serious, so I make sure my relationships are with students, faculty, staff, and stakeholders is on even ground, and we have a well-versed relationship, so that way any problems that they have or I might have, we can come to each other in a very cordial way, and we can solve them. And work with me, I feel that I'm the easiest person to work with. If you have a problem with me, I have no problem with you telling me what the problem is, we discuss, and I make my adjustments. That goes tenfold with you as well. So I make sure that my continence or my attitude or how I work with others is to a point where everybody wants to can come to me if they have an issue or anything like that. So that way I make sure I work to keep myself approachable. What resources have been provided for more professional growth? The Aspiring Leaders Academy is one of those resources. It's showing me things about how to be more in-depth leader, how to become an even more effective leader. Also, for us being a counselor, the district, for the second year in a row, I'll be going to the American School Council Association conference. This year is in Boston, so I'll be going to that. And last year I went to Los Angeles for the conference, and I'm making sure I'm taking advantage of every opportunity that's available. Even though counselors are not looked at as teachers where there's a lot of resources, there's some good chances for conferences we can go to. We just got to take advantage of professional learning and put in a proposal to make sure we do it. So I make sure I took advantage of it again to go this year to Aspring, this year's in Boston. Some ahas and insights what I have for aspiring leaders. I just learned that it's all right not to want to be assistant principal or principal. I never had that feeling anyway. I just know I want to be the best leader in my building. I don't always have to have a title to be a leader. It's just making sure that I'm the best leader for the students in my building. And any changes, if I have any changes on my view of leadership is, like I stated earlier, you don't have to be an administrator to be a leader. You could be comfortable in your skin as a custodian. You be comfortable in your skin as a counselor, comfortable in your skin as a nutrition manager. It doesn't matter what position you're in, you're always going to be looked upon as a leader because we're touching the lives of all students in some capacity each and every day.
Thank you for your time. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Ms. Biggs.